This is a great book called An Egg is Quiet. And this is written by Dianna Aston, illustrated by Sylvia Long. It has beautiful pictures in it that I thought would be really fun to read outside. I have a lot of birds in my yard, and I have a surprise for you at the very end of this, okay? So be listening out for all the birds that are joining in our story today. An egg is quiet. It sits there under its mother's feathers, on top of its father's feet. See the emperor penguin sitting on the eggs, putting the little egg underneath his belly, but on top of his feet. Buried beneath the sand, warm and cozy. So the sea turtle's eggs are in the sand, staying warm. An egg is colorful. Look at all the beautiful colors that eggs can come in. Do you have a favorite maybe on that page? Look at this little one. I love the American robin egg, the light blue egg. An egg is shapely. Look at the different shapes eggs come in. So there are round eggs. Sea turtles dig a hole in the sand with their flippers and lay up to 200 soft round eggs. Round eggs fit together nicely in tight spaces. There are oval eggs. So when ladybugs hatch as larvae, their first meal is often the egg case that they crawled out of. There are pointy eggs. Can you see the point on that egg? Seabird eggs are pointy at one end. So if they're laid on rock ledges, they roll around in safe little circles, but they don't fall off the cliff. And there are even tubular eggs. See the tube shape? While most sharks give birth to live young, some sharks, like the lesser spotted dogfish, begin life in a leathery egg case with tendrils. These are the tendrils. The tendrils anchor the eggs to seaweed so that they won't be swept away by the ocean current. An egg is clever. Oh, can you find the eggs in that picture? Look carefully. The markings on some eggs help them blend in with their surroundings. Do you know what that's called? There's a fancy word for that. That's called camouflage. Camouflage is the egg's way of hiding so it's not found. An egg might be speckled to resemble the rocks around it, or it might be gray, the color of the mud by a lake. But an egg does not want to be eaten by a raccoon or a snake or a fox or an insect. So its camouflage keeps it from being discovered before it's time for it to hatch. Eggs come in different sizes. Look at the difference in these egg sizes. Look at this giant one. Can you think of the biggest bird you know? That's an ostrich egg. And then look over here on this page, teeny tiny little eggs. These are hummingbird eggs. Those are little tiny birds that beat their wings really fast. Those are tiny, tiny eggs. An ostrich egg can weigh as much as 8 pounds. That is a big egg. It is so big and so round that it takes 2 hands to hold this big egg. But a hummingbird egg is tiny. It's the size of a jelly bean. That's little. It would take about 2,000 of these hummingbird eggs to equal the size of one ostrich egg. What a difference. An egg is artistic. Look at the different designs on each of those eggs. An egg is textured. You know what textured means? It's how something feels, or is it smooth or is it rough? So here is a hard egg. We have hard eggs. Bird eggs are often hard. And we have soft eggs. So reptile eggs are often soft and rubbery. That's an iguana egg. We have gooey eggs Amphibian eggs are gooey. The goo keeps them from drying out, so frog eggs can be gooey. There are smooth eggs. Most bird eggs are smooth. And there are rough eggs. Can you see up close the texture on that? You can almost picture how if you ran your finger across that page, it would look like it was bumpy and rough. The eggs of cassowaries, emus, and cormorants are all rough. An egg might even be fossilized. Do you know what fossilized means? I bet some of you who know about dinosaurs do. The remains of creatures that died millions of years ago may become rock hard or fossilized. Scientists have unearthed fossilized dinosaur eggs all around the world. Wow. Some are round and some are oblong. Some are small, like 1 inch across, and some are large, like 20 inches across. Scientists believe that all dinosaurs hatched from eggs. An egg is giving. Can you think of why an egg would be giving? Well, an egg gives the little creature growing inside everything that it needs. The shell is its home. Here's the shell, the outside. The yolk is its food. That's the yellow part. And the egg white is its pillow. Here's the egg white inside. And the shell is covered with teeny tiny holes, which allow air to enter. And how long something lives in an egg before it hatches depends on the creature. So for example, this shows us it takes 21 days from it to go from being a little egg to a chick, hatched into a big old hen eventually that it grows into. Or here is a fish egg, and it takes 11 weeks for it to become that fish. So how long things are in eggs and how long it takes for them to hatch and grow is different. An egg is quiet. And then suddenly, what do you think happens? An egg is noisy. Look at all those little guys that hatched out of those eggs, those little chicks. Aren't they sweet? And I bet they're noisy. Peep, 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 cheep, cheep, cheep. And look at it, shows the last page, all the different things that come from eggs. All those beautiful birds and fish and reptiles and amphibians. You can find your very favorite on that page. But last but not least, I want you to look over my shoulder. Can you see what has been with us this whole time that I've been reading you this book? In my yard, we have lots of birds, as I told you, and lots of birds' nests. You never want to mess with a bird's nest. You want to let the mama and daddy bird do what they're doing. They lay their eggs and then they sit diligently, carefully on their nest until the little teeny birds come out of the eggs. So right up over my shoulder is a beautiful mourning dove that we watched out my kitchen window. She built her nest and she sits on it, and the daddy bird brings her food. I think they might even take turns sitting on the eggs. But I'll let you get a little closer. We just don't want to scare her, okay? And I don't want to make you sick moving the camera. Let me see if I can help you see the bird. Can you see her up there? She looks very peaceful. And speak of camouflage, she is really hidden very well back in there in the crook of the tree. So I hope you enjoyed reading that book with me. I thought it might be kind of fun to do it outside so you could see an actual bird on her bird's nest being very quiet. But soon her little eggs will be noisy too.